And hello, everybody. We are here not with the Expendable crew today, but with a new game. We're going to be doing Titansgrave, the Ashes of Volcana. And I don't have to run a thing but my character because Kyle is our GM. Kyle, tell us about what's going on.
All right, so those of you who probably already know, Titansgrave is a module that was produced for the Fantasy Age rulebooks. It takes place in a sort of Eberron-esque area. There is a huge amount of sci-fi and fantasy elements mixed together. Magic is part of the technology.
And not with
And
Expendable
the
crew
Twitch
today, but with a new
stream
game.
has just interrupted me.
Yeah.
Oh, God. So, yeah.
Okay. It wasn't my. You were the one on volume.
Yeah.
I heard it too, and I was like, "Wait a minute! I did it again."
No. It was me. So yeah, this takes place on the planet Volcana, which, according to story elements, was seeded with life by an advanced species that nobody knows about. And it's gone through several different eras, and we are now at what is called post-apocalypse, the post-cataclysm and post-chaos wars era. For a time, Volcana was sort of ruled over by a person called the Prophet Dawana. She was a charismatic Saran who preached that the melding of science and magic was an abomination. Ooh. And stated that the gods would the only when magic and science were separated would the gods be mollified. If they did not, there would be a second cataclysm, and this one would destroy the world and everyone on it. So she goes through and pretty much starts ransacking the entirety of Volcana. This creates issues, and the end of the war is pretty much when she's brought down to her heels by a great group of adventurers who kill her. Now, your adventure takes place several hundred years afterwards, and you find yourselves coming up to a small town called where the hell? No. I had that up here just a second ago. A small town called Malgrath. And I'll bring you onto the world map now. So, coming into Malgrath, you find yourselves dealing with the fact that the elders have come up to you because you're the only people who have come into the town, and they are desperate because there have been several missing people throughout the village and they have not been able to find them. They suspect that it's possibly in regards to raiders, but the village elder, a very old orc, beseeches you all, please find us, find our fellows, and we will pay you.
Okay, I was starting to get nervous that they assumed we were the raiders up until I heard, pay me. Now I'm a little bit happier.
Pay's always good.
I'm sympathetic to the people who have gone missing, so I kind of nod along. Maybe doing something nice for once would be a good idea. Species.
It might also be a good idea if we introduce our characters.
Yes, that would be a very good idea. I'm very sorry.
I'm going to say let's start on my right side. So we're going to start with Xylo.
Okay. I am playing Dauphin Runebreaker, a dwarven runesmith. He's kind of grumpy and cares about honing his craft more than anything else.
And Disaster?
I'm playing Metal Thornwise, a halfling rogue who is very good with people and kind of a bit of a con artist thief type, but she's internally very cynical.
And I am playing Arrow. He is a human. He has a pair of cybernetic hands that he can't really hide because when he was in his younger days, he used to run with a raider crew until they ran afoul of the law. His ship exploded. He woke up a few days later in some rundown village with new arms, assuming he's the only one who didn't get arrested. And now he's with these people because he needs a. You don't get looked at by the law as much if you're walking with other people. Okay, so we just got asked to find people who are missing. Where were they last seen?
They were last seen on the outskirts of town towards an old school that we have not been able to use since the Chaos Wars. We've been more trying to rebuild over these past few hundred years with what few resources we have now. But they went out as a scouting party into the ruins of the school in order to try and find any books and any old tech that they could from there, and we've not seen them for nearly a month now. The village elder, the old orc, stands about half the normal height of an orc because he sort of slashes himself over. The entire area that this town is in is very desolate. It's like a desert, only for the fact that there's nothing that grows here, but every so often out in the outskirts you can see an electrical discharge that rises up into the sky. From ground all the way up to the clouds, from several different random areas, and the smell of ozone pervades the entire desert because of this. Hello?
I'm just thinking.
I'm thinking too. I don't have any like tracking skills or anything, so I'm trying to figure.
Well, I'm also thinking that I do tend to do a little bit of crafting and tinkering, and I need better arms. So if I have to build them myself, there might be some supplies at the school, and I can get paid for finding people. Oh, and I can find the people. So
Maybe we could just go and take a look. Perhaps makes sense, right? Or are we already there?
That makes perfect sense. Well, if you can do this before our local patron, the beer king, comes through to restock our pub, that would help us quite a bit. So,
did we not accept the job yet?
I don't think you guys have actually said we'll do it to the elder as of yet. He just kind of said, we have the ability to pay for this if you guys do, and then nobody's really said yes, we'll take it. So,
all right, well, Dolphin will speak up, and he'll be like, "Well, how much are you talking?"
5 gold each.
That's not bad. I mean, it's not 20 gold. It's not bad.
We're but humble dust farmers and moisture collectors.
Oh, I was really trying to talk to my friends more than him. It's like,
I think collectively we're pretty poor, so we could do with the job.
I mean, to be honest, I would have gone with 3 gold, so I think we're in the winning right now.
Yeah, okay, that's in the future. Always aim higher than what you think they'll pay, because that way you got more negotiating. That's all right, fine. All right.
The elder actually, his eyes brighten and he nods his head slowly and he goes, I will get one of the younglings by the name of Slanath to take you. And he'll be able to guide you up to the doors. Beyond that, I cannot let another one of my own go further in. But thank you very much. So this small child kind of comes up out of one of the nearby streets, like as if he'd been waiting for that entire moment. And he's a small, young human, and he just tips his hat to you all, and then he starts walking off down one of the dirtiest, dustiest lanes you've possibly ever seen throughout your entire lives, and just motions for you to follow him. There is piles upon piles of junk that litter this roadway, and it's like there's construction going on constantly, but there's no movement of anything. The vehicles stand rotting and to rust. The cement itself crumbles within the bag and falls out from the linings of it. And this small child guides you on, and at the end there's this tall building, and it has a billboard at the top of it that pretty much states out, you can't tell what the first part of it was, but you can see that there was a T there, and then below that there is actually the writing of campus and college. And at that point, he points towards the broken glass doors into the darkness within and goes, the last time that we saw any of them, they were heading into there.
I'm just going to take like the scarf that I wear and have it thrown over my mouth and nose as a bit of a dust filter.
Oh, is the dust bothering you, Arrow? Smells good.
I was going to say, well, if you don't mind the atmosphere, then please go on ahead and leave those of us who are sensitive to, I don't want to get shot. I didn't have anything going there. I lost it. I don't want to get shot. Go on ahead.
I would, but don't we need a torch or something? It's kind of dark.
Kid just looks puzzled between you all and then produces a flashlight out from his sleeve and then hands it over to Dauphin.
Perfect, the torch.
Okay. You all take care. I hope to see you when you return. If you return.
I'm going to be nice and not make any snide comments to the kid.
I'll give Arrow a dirty look and follow Dauphin in.
I turn to the kid. See, this is why you always should work alone, because people won't appreciate. Never mind. You go on back to your life. I'm going to go die with those two. And I follow in.
Dauphin begins whistling as they enter.
Oh, we're all going to die. I'm readying my blasters, double checking all my gear.
Dauphin's whistle just echoes down the hall, and he can hear the high-pitched notes come back in cadence with his own. And yet the entire area, while it looks to be just falling apart, there's a very heavy chemical smell to it all. Like bleaching agents and several other solvents that just cling to the air and hold there. Like it's been recently flushed through the entire hallway. The ground itself, while the tiles are cracked and pitted, they're immaculately clean and almost glossy, even over the pits.
with the chemical smell, Dolphin's gonna like take his shirt and like put it over his mouth as a filter, and pray Arrow doesn't notice.
I think Arrow does notice, and he's like, "Oh, what's the matter, Dolphin? Is the smell of clean too much for you?"
Gonna shine the flashlight in his face.
Okay, now I'm blind. So you see this as I'm trying to shield my eyes.
Oh, as you guys continue to walk through, there's a gentle clicking that builds and builds as you follow through the entirety of the hallway. Like something like water falling from a broken pipe that long ago had lost pressure, but is still falling and dripping onto the floor in a continuous, maddening drip.
Could I see if I could hear anything by listening?
Yeah, go for that.
Do I just click on hearing? Sorry.
It should automatically roll if you click on it.
Okay. Hope that's okay.
Wow, you've done that, and then let's see. You've got 3 stunt points on perception as well. Let me grab this. Okay, so, yeah, underneath it all, you can hear the slight vibrations of like a motor running continuously and static as if coming from an electronic speaker. And this is only what Messel Thornwise can hear, and the swish and swap and flick of wet cloth running across a floor. So it definitely sounds like there's somebody within the building.
Okay, I'll probably try and get the other two to stop mucking around and be quiet, and try and guide them to the source of the sound. Maybe we can see who this person is, if there is someone else there.
So, do you guys all want to make a stealth roll or whatever?
Let's see. Sure, that's under dexterity, right?
Yep.
Yep.
Okay. Okay, not bad.
Where's that at?
I'm just clicking on dexterity because I don't have anything extra to add to stealth.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'll do that.
Wow, you guys are like freaking ninjas.
We're adventurers. What do you expect?
Hey, honestly, I expected to kick a bucket.
We've got a ninja pirate in our hands.
A self-respecting adventurer doesn't take a level of ninja like first thing.
Yeah. So Arrow and Messel are pretty much like melding into the darkness that is the shadows. Dolphin finds a place to actually hide this quite effective. After about 10 minutes of you guys waiting there, hearing you, Arrow, and Dolphin start to hear the noise as well. And then there's the heavy mechanical footfalls of a robot walking down and the continual swish and swipe of a mop going across the floor, followed by a very tinny whistle that is starting to that has the beginnings of a degrade speaker starting to come through. as the robot continues through its chores, cleaning up the entirety of the aisle as it goes down and along. After about another 5 minutes, you see this thing walking through the aisle, and it looks just rusted and pitted, and like it's not seen any sort of maintenance for only the gods know how long. But it continues to go through its duties and chores, cleaning up the aisle. And then after a few moments, it stops, rests the mop on the ground, looks across the hallway, and then just sort of stands there like as if it's looking with pride across all of the floor that it has just been mopping.
Arrow has like cybernetic limbs, right?
Yeah, a couple.
Yeah. Okay. Well, Dob is gonna be like,
Psst, Arrow. He's one of your people. You talk to him.
I was kind of turning to look at him. I'm like, I don't know if I actually have 5 fingers, so I don't think I can flip you off properly. That's not how this works. I mean, is he a full-blown robot?
Yeah.
Okay, then yeah. You're the people who dug up the metal to make him, so that doesn't make him like your great-great-grandson?
You see Dolphin actually thinking about it. He's like counting on his fingers. He's like,
the robot's head just kind of snaps around, and then it looks directly at Dolphin, and then towards Arrows in their two areas, and it's
He
just
heard
like,
you counting.
who's there?
right. Dolphin stands up. Grandson!
The robot actually seems a bit thrown by that.
Arrow is actually doing this because it's like, I can't believe that happened.
Missile shaking her head in disgust and disappointment. How did she get stuck with these two?
You
It's
lost
like-
a bet.
Arrow was just thinking to
Sure.
himself, I wonder if I can grab that hammer after this thing kills him.
So yeah, so the robot just kind of just takes a step back and then grabs its mop and just looks Dolphin over slowly, going, "Grandfather?"
My boy.
But why are you here?
Do I have any points in lying?
I think that would be under communication.
Oh gosh, I have 4. I forgot. I'm an expert.
And you wanted me to do all the chatting.
Well, my smarts is pretty low, so let's just be fair here.
What? I need an excuse to come see my favorite grandson? Come here, you old so-and-so.
The robot just opens its arms up and rushes Dolphin and gives him a hug. "Oh, it's been so long. I've been cleaning the hallways here for so many a year, Grandfather."
And you done a fine job, lad.
"I thought so as well, Granddad."
I was leaning into Missile, like, are we just high on fumes right now, or is this really happening?
I think the robot's got some malfunction, the same one on Dolphin.
Okay, I can probably rewire one, but the other one, I can hit him over the head with something.
That could work.
The robot lifts Dolphin up into the air and continues to give him a giant bear hug from what is essentially a maintenance robot that has just been 3 centuries without maintenance. Grandfather, I can finally reopen the school now, can't I?"
If that's what you want, lad. If that's what you want.
"Well, I just need to find something to do with the trespassers from before, though.
Trespassers, you say?
Yes, there's been many of them. So very many of them. And the security robots, they broke down, I think, about 40, 50 odd years ago, and they haven't been able to do anything. But grandfather, I've been cleaning up the mess that the trespassers make.
Good on you, lad. Where are they? Let me get an eye at these trespassers.
It looks around and then it goes, "Do you remember where I put the frog?" It just looks into Dolphin's eyes with such glee.
How could I forget?
Well, they're with the frog.
Of course.
But I need to get back to cleaning. I'll let you see them and then figure out what to do with them, grandfather. There's so much I still need to do in order to get this place open again. But now that you're back, I can do that.
At this point, I will go ahead and step forward because it's just been amusing. I'll say, but first, you also require cleaning and maintenance, and that's what I am here for. Your grandfather brought me along to help repair your systems that have been neglected for far too long.
You mean I can finally become a real boy?
Yes, but first we have to, get like your speaker fixed and some other things so that way we can be ready for the transference. I will need you to lead me to the lab.
Oh, the lab. The lab. We don't go into the lab.
So where is maintenance done?
Maintenance is done on the 3rd floor, but we do not go into the lab. The lab holds the dark things.
Yes, Eros, we never go in the lab.
Of course. Please lead the way to the maintenance section on the 3rd floor. We will begin there.
The robot perks up once again and gently puts Dolphin back down to the ground and then starts strutting towards what looks to be an old elevator shaft. The door itself is is open on only halfway, but it sort of like goes inside and then grabs hold of what looks to be a rope right in the middle of the room and then motions for everyone to get inside with it.
As I follow, I'm going to whisper over to Messel and be like, "You hear any croaking?"
Can I? Not that I can tell.
Okay, well, keep your ears peeled. It's our only clue right now.
Should I do a hearing check to see?
If you want to, you can. I keep. There's no notes on this, so I'm just making it up as we go. So let's do this.
Yeah, I'll do a hearing check. Why not?
Holy crap. I think with that roll, she can hear the world turning on its axis.
Oh, whoops.
I mean, the robot might be just crazy and there is no frog.
I think we've established that's half true anyway.
There's not. You don't hear any frog croak, but you can hear like small pleading cries from somewhere within the building. And you can probably, yeah, you know that it's exactly right at the heart of the building that you can hear these cries from. You can actually, you have your ears have picked up so well on it all that you can not only hear the fact that it's coming from the heart of the building, you could pick out the path that these cries are coming from because of how everything is echoing through. You can tell which ones are the true echoes and which ones are the echoes of the echoes. They're about 3 floors up above you, and inside of what you could probably sonoristically hear as a cleaning closet.
Okay. Yikes.
Right next to the engineering labs.
Can I hear it's next to the lab?
You've rolled so well. You pretty much have a sonar. You pretty much have sonar right now.
Echolocation of the entire building floods into your head.
Those years training with flying nocturnal mammal man obviously came in handy.
That would do it.
You know he's just a myth, right? It's just a story somebody wrote. There is no nocturnal mammal man.
No, there is. There truly is. I've seen him. He's come up to the building.
I'm not sure that helps your case at all. Okay, so we're heading up to the 3rd floor. If you guys need to go somewhere else, you let me know now.
I'll probably nudge Arrow since he's the most reasonable, it seems. And kind of explain to him, I think there's something next to the labs. We should check it out.
Okay.
It doesn't sound good.
If you need to go up to another floor, I will begin maintenance on him, so that, and then I will join you as soon as I can. But if we can manage to do this while in the same room, then we can throw Dolphin and run.
I think it is on the 3rd floor, so things should be okay.
Okay. So we all get into the elevator, it sounds like.
Yeah.
And
okay.
the robot just starts pulling on this cable that's in the middle of the room, and it lifts the entire cart up to the 3rd floor, and then it jams its hands into the door seam and pulls them open, and there's the loud rusted squeal of metal on metal as it pulls the doors open, revealing a dark hallway with a bright blinking green light on the left hand side. And then on the other side there is a jar door with a bright white light coming out of it. The entire hallway itself is strewn with broken battle bots, and the floor is pitted and rusting, but it's so clean that you could swear you could eat off of it if not for the rusted patches.
I am still going to let Crazy Bot 2000 take the lead, because I'm just going to follow him to wherever he says maintenance is done.
It hops and skips down the hall, twirling the mop in its fingers as it does so, just heading towards the bright light.
Okay, I'll go that way.
So
I follow.
I don't like the idea of taking crying children on, or crying whatever it is, on by myself. So I will stick with the group for now.
as you pass by the blinking green light, though, Messel, you can actually hear the crying coming from within there, and then there's the slight shifting movement of like 4 or 5 bodies inside of the room, clustering to a far side as you pass by, and then it goes silent.
Oh no. I'll nudge Dolphin to see if he can put in a good word for the robot to answer the question of what's in that room. Help me, Dolphin. What's in there?
My boy.
Yes, Granddad?
What's going on in that room?
That's where we keep the spare parts.
Is it as clean as this one?
Yes, and that's where we keep the trespasser and the frog.
Yes.
We might need some of those spare parts. Maybe we should go ahead and go in there and collect what we need. You don't want to begin working and then find out you left something behind.
The robot kind of nods and goes, yes, we should. But wouldn't we first have to run a diagnostic to figure out what spare parts we need, though?
That is an excellent point, but I would also like to have a personal inventory of what's already on hand in case we need to, work around something.
Are you the new dean of the engineering department?
Maybe someday, but right now I am just the engineering department.
Dolphin's going to turn to Messel. Do you understand a word of what they're saying?
Not particularly, but I think it's good for us.
Okay.
Robot seems a little bit confused, but then turns and opens up the door.
Okay.
You can hear from the back of the room whimpering from about 2 or 3 people. And the light that floods out as soon as he opens up the door, you can see glass jars all along the walls filled with various solutions and chemicals, and there's something floating within each and every single one.
Is this something people?
People-ish. Some of them have an eye. It looks to be either from a Silveran or an elf or an orc, and other times there's a full set of lungs instead of a large jar. And each one seems to have this beeping green light and then a power readout on the lid.
Okay, I'm fairly intelligent. Can I make some estimation about what I'm seeing here? Because it sounds like a Frankenstein life support system.
It's pretty much that for like cyborgs. Like, it is literally cybernetic replacement parts, but replacement parts for cyborgs when it comes to the flesh bits have to be quite fresh.
And do I see anyone who is not currently on life support?
You see a few people in the back who are just like huddled up, and they're like shielding themselves, and
I'm just going to try to give a calming, not say anything, but I'm like with my back to the robot.
Can I get a comm roll from you?
Is that communications?
Yep, that is a communications.
I have nothing to add to this.
Let me check difficulties.
Watch me start a riot.
He's signaling we should attack.
I just need you people to be competent enough not to charge.
No, they just huddle back further into the corner, but one of them looks to be about the size of a child, just nods back to you in response and just hides inside of his traveler's cloak. He's missing an eye, or from what you can tell from facial shape. It's potentially a he, could be a she, but they're whoever they are missing their left eye.
Okay. I'll just say, okay, I think I have a good idea of what we have on hand. Let's go get that diagnostic started. You two should go ahead and do a proper inventory of everything, so that way when I need something, I can just call out for it.
Yes, sir. Okay.
Makes sense to me, but you just take care of my boy here.
Absolutely. And I will go on with the robot. Actually, I need to call him something other than the robot. Do you have a proper designation?
Cyborg Cleaning Unit 7752, aka Cibro.
Okay, Cibro. Let's go and get that diagnostic started.
And the robot just walks along and then turns into the bright light and extends his arms out like as if he's just starting to relax, and you can hear several pneumatic motors pop and shift, and then he walks in towards the area. The room itself that he was walked into looks like a like a surgical operating theater.
Okay.
There is a large table in the middle of it. It's got several bits that should come up from the bottom, though. And all in all, it looks like a maintenance area for cyborgs. There's the surgical theater bits. There's the power charging couplers built into the table. The entire walls are painted white, though, and so that every speck and detail can be seen and cleaned to keep it as surgically sterile as possible. This place smells of alcohol and bleach. And right next to the table is a diagnostician's port, and there's several surgical tools right there. The machine just lays down face first, and each couple interlocks into a port in his chest and abdomen. And then he just looks to the left and is looking at you, and then at the diagnostic port, and then goes, "Let's do this."
Okay. I guess I just make a general intelligence roll to make sure I know how this stuff works. I'm confident in this one. Okay, it could be better, but I got those 3 stunt points I think will let me pretend I know what I'm doing.
Yeah, it's quite good. You can see as soon as you get over, you know how to boot it up. The interface is quite basic. It's pretty much a rundown. It goes through his entire serial number and everything, and then it starts pointing out faults. Numerous faults. And one that points out from your roll quite drastically is that there is a fault within the cerebral cortex and the frontal lobe modules.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so I'm just going to be, pretending to say important and soothing things to CrazyBot. But in truth, I am looking for the off switch so that we can begin repairs. So if I need to make another roll for that, or if that was a part of the diagnostic to shut him down.
Give me another roll for that.
Okay. I'm slightly less confident in that one, but...
In the middle of it, he starts trying to reach out for you, and his eyes are sort of half glazed and rolling into the back of his head, and he's like, "What are you doing?"
We have to start replacing parts immediately, and you shouldn't be conscious for that.
Give me a comm roll.
Damn it. And if that doesn't work, I'm going to start pulling wires.
As you start pulling wires, the thing tries to pull itself up, and you can hear the screech of rusted organs and failing parts crack and rip as it starts screaming out, "Grandfather! Grandfather,
Okay,
he's trying to kill me!"
I'm going to take my blaster and just shoot him through the head.
Not my boy.
Yeah, that does it.
Okay, this is why I don't bother with lying to people. It's just easier.
Did the people in the room we're standing in hear all this, and are they now panicking?
You can hear it all. They're not exactly panicking. They're just like sat there in the corner going, "Oh dear God! Oh dear God!"
And after the blast and he quits moving, okay, I think we're safe now. Then I shoot him twice more to be sure.
It sounds absolutely horrifying from this room.
Yeah, there's now just a dead cyborg with its brains splattered about the surgical table, laying in the middle there. And the strong smell of rust and blood coming from that. And the people just kind of look from their huddled positions, going, "It's over now. We can go home."
I want to see how this guy was like 300 years old and not in good maintenance. Do I see anything that might help me upgrade my arms, though?
Really? You shoot my grandson and then you're just going to grave rob him on top of that?
Well, he did have spare parts on hand.
Give me a search roll.
Okay. I don't have anything to add to that either. So perception or intelligence?
Perception.
Okay, that's not bad. So 12 with 2 stomp points.
You find a couple actuators off of the body that could potentially fit into your arms, into your hands and wherever else. But sitting on one of the shelves is something that looks quite different from all of the tech in there. It's a perfectly smooth sphere, save for a few runes on it.
Oh, I'm snagging that. And I will also just mark down spare parts. Okay. Sphere and spare parts.
As well, if you want to read the diagnostics, not the diagnostics, but the repair.
Yeah, I'll take a
listings.
look at that for
Yeah,
more
this is where the true horror of what this guy was doing kind of filters in. Over the past 300 years, there are about 760 different entries for the replacement of cybernetic parts. Vast amounts of cybernetic parts. Like entire chest, entire gullet, entire brain segments over the
obviously
years.
he didn't do very good at replacing those brain parts.
Oh, no. He didn't. But you can see just the sheer number of them.
I'm going to... can I do a printout just in case anybody is interested later on?
Yeah.
I'm going to hide that somewhere, but it's like just in case we need it. Okay, in that case, I will join the other two, and we will never speak of this again.
So people all look to you and they're like, "So where are we going home now?"
Yes.
But at what cost?
The kid sort of crawls up one of the shelves and pulls down a container that holds an eye in it and just hugs it to his chest.
I hope you have a good doctor around here.
Dr. Sparks is one of the best out there. He'll be able to put this back.
Okay, good. In that case, everybody take what is still available to you, and let's get out of here. Were there any more?
Yeah, they grab a few jars here and there, and they just load it into their satchels and packs. It's a lot of eyes, a lot of... For a few of them, there is like an entire hand in there. Don't know why. It's just been cyberized, and then just puts it into the bag. And then one of them whispers, "It kept talking about how it wanted to be a real boy." Days and days.
I think I might have granted its wish in that it now knows mortality.
Good.
Yeah, I never liked him much anyways.
Yeah, I think he took after your son-in-law.
While we're there, can I do a perception check? Because I heard they're like chemicals and stuff, so there might be something generically useful about
Oh yeah, you definitely can.
Okay. Like maybe like a bottle rubbing alcohol or something.
Yeah, there's more than a few bottles. There's like there's a dispensary unit that puts out bleaches and different types of chemicals. There are several different large jugs, like you would see for if you've ever done any sort of catering work and you've had to start cleaning down an area. The large jugs that they have for that, for just the straight clean chemical, there's just row upon row of that in one of the compartments inside of the surgical theater.
All right, I'll grab a jug of that. Why not?
Oh, I'm also just going to grab those surgical tools, because you never know. We might find a doctor who will want to buy them.
Does Messel want to search for anything?
I think I'm indifferent. I don't think I need anything.
Don't need any extra limbs? We got plenty of those.
I'm good, thanks.
One of the guys lifts up the canister with his hand. I could lend you a hand.
We do not accept puns like that from you, sir.
That's not a pun. I could literally loan this thing out.
Is it a good fit for mine? I'm trying to do a comparison right quick.
Well, it can grab things much larger. It can grab things much larger than what it can hold.
I like this guy. He's got an eye for business. Making the best of a worse situation.
He holds up another jar. Yeah, I definitely do.
Okay, Missile, you have the bionic hearing. Is there anything else in here we need to deal with? Although I'm starting to think maybe just burn the whole place down.
Well, I mean, even without the hearing, there was that mention of the dark stuff in the lab. I don't know if we're in the lab.
Oh no!
No,
That robot seemed very scared.
You're close to the engineering section, and yeah, there is some noises coming from down the way, more like chittering.
Okay, before we leave, did our perception find any extra batteries or fuel cells, just in case that we need more guns?
You guys each find about 2 standard batteries, yeah.
Okay, that's actually not bad. Okay, Dolphin, after you.
The small child pipes up again. We are going home, right?
Yes, you should go ahead and get out of here. We're going to go see about the lab.
Oh, all right.
Dolphin like stops as he's like walking away. Like, wait, what?
No, you go that way. They go that way.
Yeah, all right. Dolphin's confused. Like, all right, we got the kids. What are we doing?
Well, we probably should check on the other room too. What if this wasn't all the missing people?
They look at him, they look at you all and go, "Now we are the entirety of the group."
Didn't I just tell you people to get out of here?
With that, they just start scampering off.
Yeah, Dolphin's like, if you want to keep going, that's your business, lad. Here, and he'll hand you the flashlight.
And I'm debating myself. Do I really want to do this? Like, yeah, I want to know what's in that lab. There could be good stuff in there. So, I'm headed for the lab.
I'll join you to the lab.
I'll bring up the rear.
Okay. So as you come close to the door, to the doors of the lab, they're large metallic double doors that are pitted and rusted and dented, and there's a splat. Whereas everything up to this point had been clean, this is where the age of the building has settled in. And across one of the doors, though, is a large red splash that's curled to deep red and brown, with flecks peeling away from it. It's hard to tell how long that has been there, but it has been for a very long time. And inside of beyond that door, you can hear chittering and whispers and just several different clanking sounds, like something moving through metallic parts.
Okay.
Really? You want to check this out?
Actually, I think we should just blow it up altogether. And we do have some chemicals. Maybe we can make like a gas bomb and just throw that in. Come back in a couple days.
Unless they're all robots.
Well, that's why then we burn everything to the ground.
Yeah, sounds pretty good. I mean, I don't want to get too badly hurt. Whatever.
So can I make a chemical bomb with what we have?
Give me an intelligence chemistry roll.
Okay.
Oh yeah, you probably could. At least a gas bomb.
Yeah. Okay, I'm just going to start, apparently, because I don't feel too... This is, I guess I just start pouring things in.
And that's my sign to leave. See you back at the village.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, we probably should have tried to open the door before I began pouring stuff. When it's ready, I open the door, I chunk it in, and I close the door.
Right as you open the door to chuck it in, though, Messel hears something at the back of her head, like a very, very low whisper. And it goes, and so it starts now. And then as you chuck in the grenade, there's a loud scream and sounds of everything moving away just as the gas starts to pour out from it. And then there's, at the back of Messel's head is again, we'll see each other soon.
Oh no.
Meanwhile, I'm just leaning up against the door, making sure nothing comes out.
No, there's nothing coming out, but the gas is starting to fill up that room quite thickly.
Okay, we should go ahead and leave now, just in case that's not, there's leaks. And then we will find flammable stuff tomorrow and burn this whole thing down.
I'll ask Dolphin, since he was behind me, if he saw anyone. I hope he knows the source of the voice, otherwise I'm mad.
Dolphin didn't hear anything. Arrow didn't hear anything.
God damn it.
I don't know.
It's the bleach. It does weird things to your head. I mean, look what it did to the robot.
Yeah, that's why you should be wearing a filter like us.
Yeah, I'm used to working in worse conditions. It's alright.
Okay, so yeah, let's get out of here before the things that we're trying to kill get upset about that.
They do tend to do that, don't they? And Dolphin will head out.
Okay, so yeah, you guys get back to the town now, and I think this would be a good time to take a break and for everybody to gather up their notes, and then we'll take it from there.
Okay, so we'll be back in about 5 to 10. So we'll see everybody then. And we are back after laughing about the fact that we are just doused in Cthulhu with mustard gas. I can't wait to see what happens there.
Who knew? That's how you win. No one tried it before. No
His
one's just like,
one
yeah,
weakness,
mustard gas.
chemicals.
Okay, so you guys head back to the village, and as you arrive, you can hear several shouts and several large cheers as you come upon the elder and the group of people that you rescued from inside of the school, and several other villagers coming together and each hugging one another. And what appears to be a guy dressed in mechanic's robes, but with a doctor's stethoscope around his neck, already looking through each of the people and checking them over as their loved ones hug them and embrace them after a month of not seeing them. As you come up, the village elder hobbles his way over to you with a giant smile on his orcish face, his tusks gleaming from the experience, and he hands each of you your 5 gold, and then he goes, "We shall be having a party tonight in your honor. Would you be glad? We would be glad if you would join us."
Yeah, well, it would be rude, I guess. Do we want to be rude?
I think we should be polite after what we've put them through already. Just yelling at some kids.
So what all did you find there, and how did you manage to get them back to us? They're not telling us exactly what happened, but we've not had anyone come out from the school before, and why are they carrying their own body parts in cybernetic casings?
They fell down some stairs. Sorry.
It was a very long staircase.
With a multitude of surgical implements and cybernetic attaches?
Yeah, apparently the staircase led right into the cyborg repair facility.
Why are we running with the story?
I don't know, you started it.
So what did you find inside the school? Can we use it to rebuild our city?
Do you like bleach?
It has its uses. Mustard gas.
Yeah, we do use that too.
Of course. He knows
Okay,
that.
before
Everyone
Dominic
knows
can
that.
start up
Mustard
another
gas.
tangent, I'll explain what I saw. And I'll end with, we threw a homemade gas into the last room. I don't know if you actually want to try to use that facility. Burning it to the ground might also be an option. Cthulhu sleeps there, and the gas might kill him.
Who is Cthulhu?
You know what? It's better if you don't know, because his knowledge of him is what sustains him, actually. So I shouldn't have said anything. Guys, we might have to kill him. It's for the safety of the world.
The elder actually looks quite horrified at you now.
Don't mind him. He decided to breathe in some of the fumes.
Well, did you find anything of interest within that what you've brought back to us is worth more than just the 5 gold that I could give?
Oh, we have that kid's flashlight. We should probably return that to him.
Okay. And
I got
anything
some
else?
surgical tools.
I got bleach.
I got this weird sphere. We found some batteries in there, but I'm keeping those because I did have to execute, a crazy cyborg.
Well, if they're a cyborg, whoa, there must be a repair and maintenance facility inside of there. Then we can definitely use that.
Yeah, there wasn't that much good material. I already got the tools. They're right here, Did you not hear the part about the Elder's abomination that's living inside the one room? I feel that we are glossing over that.
Well, we could all go back and check it together.
Yeah, I'm sure that won't be a feast for it. Okay, yeah, you're forewarned.
You apparently have very little confidence in your gas bomb.
You never know anything is truly dead until it stops moving for like 3 days.
Well, we do have a Jekyll infestation in the area as well. That could potentially be what was inside of be what was occupying the area.
It seems to me that we could just let the two problems have resolved themselves. The cyborg could have fought the Jekylls,
But then, however long that would have taken, we probably wouldn't have gotten back our people. And that I have to thank you for. I can see that look. That look is the logic there is impeccable. But yes, no. We will go back. We'll inspect the school from top to bottom, get rid of any Jekylls that infest it, and then we'll use it to rebuild. There's bound to be lost articles and tomes within there that can help us.
Carry a sharp stick.
We have blasters. We don't need sticks.
And if all else fails, just call him grandchild.
Oh, what?
Right, what about that food then?
There's a party. Go.
Yes. I will spend a few minutes inspecting the sphere to see if I can find anything on it.
Well, the Elder will help you inspect it. He can't find anything within their ability to translate it or to figure out what it is. But he does know that in the city of Nestora, there is something that can help, or somebody who can help.
A power saw?
No, there's a tinkerer. The king of beers, Gerlach. He comes through here as our patron, and he can take you through there. The nearest point that his party comes through is the Pegasus Roadhouse, which is located on the outskirts of the town as well, opposite of the school. We have 3 pubs here. The Pegasus Roadhouse is the only good pub, though, because it's actually got him as the patron. Don't go to the Shining Goblin. They do not do any good food, and the beer at the the Rusted Elk is just bad. It's like there's always 2 Denny's somewhere, but you don't want to go to the one Denny's because it's the bad one. You want to go to the other one because that's the good one.
I do love me a futuristic Denny's.
Aye. And the Pegasus Roadhouse is part of the Denny's.
Oh, it's one of those joint operations. Oh, we definitely need to go there then.
Oh, yes. They've got a hotel there as well. Something about always keeping the light on for you.
I'm usually not big on chain restaurants. They just don't have the same feel as that mom and pop run place.
I don't know why you're talking about it being a chain run. It's not like as if we have to pull a chain to operate the generators.
It's more like, it's owned by a bigger conglomeration and that everything's just the same in every location.
Oh, no, the beer baron just provides the beer. Everything else about it is quite once in a while. But they do have a very, very good cook at the Pegasus Roadhouse and a very good bouncer at the front.
Seems like one might be a problem.
Yeah, I don't trust cooks.
This cook you can trust.
And at that comment, I think I need more beer. I
Then go
have
get
to
some-
drink until I'm as smart as you. Because I don't think we can do that the other way around.
Go for it. But yes, Nestora will be the place to find. But yeah, with that, he slowly starts to walk away.
And I start to eat and drink because I don't know when I'll get more.
Well, now that I've established that in canon, Dolphin doesn't trust cooks. Dolphin is now looking at his food suspiciously and glaring at everyone who's actually cooking it. Putting his own rations out every now and then to take a bite.
It's actual meat. It's actual food. It smells good. It smells delicious. The sauce, from what you can tell, doesn't contain anything untoward. It's not like, you're sitting in the bottom of the sewer system eating a rack burger. But it's but yeah, this place has been here since time immemorial. A place of community and hospitality. According to local legend, which you hear from the elder as he walks you towards this place, the 3-story building has stood since before the Chaos Wars, and it has always been used as a tavern and restaurant or gathering place. Ancient magic still hold after centuries, powering the devices that make it ideal for this purpose. Cold boxes where food can be stored almost indefinitely, elemental plates for heating and cooking without the need for flame, the ritual basins that enchant water for the deepest of cleaning. While the mystery of how all this works is unknown, each proprietor of the Pegasus has handed down the keywords and incantations of the machinery to their successor. Nestoran scientists attribute these wonders in part to an enchantment laid on the giant bronze spike angling from the building's roof, which seems to take in energy from the sun and supply it to all the devices. The variety of civilizations that have inhabited the Pegasus lend it an eclectic decor. Each proprietor has added something of their own culture to the place, but has also honed their tradition of conservation, which makes the Roadhouse home to an immense collection of historical relics and pieces of the past. The current proprietor of the Pegasus is Winifred Thorinius, a Nestorian noble who abandoned the family legacy to become a tavern keep. She runs the place with help from her husband. Upon entering, you discover that a celebration is already underway. The center of the Pegasus main hall has been cleared to make room a dance floor, and a band of musicians plays to an eager crowd. Along the walls, serving tables contain a variety of delicacies, spiced meats, stews, breads, local produce, all for the taking. Servers rush to refill food items that have run out. At the bar, a squat, muscular man doles out tankards of ale for all comers, racing between a row of 20 tapped barrels encased in a metal frame. The barrels are stamped with the markers of all the most famous breweries in the world, though a quarter of them appear to be reserved for Gorlock's beers.
Well,
So-
I'm going to go get a food and drink. Just first thing. I'm not even talking to people. I'm just like beer and food.
Okay. So as you come up, the bartender actually looks you over, and he goes, "You look like a whiskey man, aren't you?"
As long as it's liquid and not water.
So we've got 5 different types of whiskey here. We've got Gerlach's Especial de Bois de Diablo. We have the Setting Sun, the Lip Smack, and the Full Flat on Your Arse.
Give me the one you wouldn't give to your worst enemy and make it a double.
The Full Flat on Your Arse. He pours out a double shot for you and then slides it.
And I will down it.
After the food setup is actually set up almost like a buffet style. So if you wanted to just grab anything from that, you come up, you grab a plate that just lifts itself up from the countertop, and then you go through and take whatever you want.
Dolphin is making sure to only grab things that look like they weren't cooked too much.
So you're grabbing pretty much the vegetables and any sort
Yeah,
of
pretty much the vegetables.
I'll help myself to anything in sight, really.
All right.
Maybe the voice in my head was hunger.
So yeah, even then, as you guys continue on with your own partying and everything, if anybody, you can see that almost everyone is eating off of each other's plates when they walk away. It's like one of those places where nobody wastes anything. If people even think that you're not going to be like eating something, they'll just ask you beforehand, and then they'll take it right off your plate in order for them to eat it. This is like a community that doesn't care about tuberculosis. They just pretty much go, yeah, are you going to have that? There's small children running around as well, like absolutely small children running from adult to adult, and each adult sort of hands them over a little food stuff, and then they rush off to the next adult, and then everyone is dancing across the dance floors as well. Everyone is just happy once again to have people return to the village.
Dolphin's going to be grumpy in his own little corner.
All right. So
How drunk is Arrow?
Let's see. Oh, I'm going back for more.
yeah, you do, however, notice a very fuel oily taste at the back of your throat, though.
Yeah, I'm getting good stuff this time. That could have been the mustard gas too.
You said don't give him the stuff. Don't give the stuff you wouldn't even give me the stuff you wouldn't even give to your enemy. So
Yeah. But yeah.
So yeah. This guy then pours you out a shot of the Gerlach Especial de Diablo.
Okay.
When you take the sip of it, you figure out why it's called the Diablo. There is a very, very, very harsh note of chili powder to this.
I thought you were going to say cinnamon.
Yeah, it's not cinnamon. This thing is like a ghost chili to the back of the throat, and it's just continuously going in and out and in and out.
Again, I was mixing up mustard gas, so this probably is going to cleanse the palate.
Yes.
Like, yeah, I just gassed an eldritch god. I think I deserve this.
Yes, but but yeah, the ales though are some of the. This is where the barkeep keeps recommending to everyone: the Brown Special Reserve, the Warrior Stout, the Iron Ale, the Sunshine Lager, or the Toasted Wheat. There is just a huge party going on. And then there is a loud yell as Paris was recommendation of garlic proof. Earnings. Sorry, I'm trying to get this all together. At one point, after everybody's having such a great time, the minstrels then stop and call for everyone's attention. The leader of them all comes up and has an announcement to make. The crowd hushes, and a reedy, lanky elf wreathed in tattoos and multicolored silks takes the stage. She holds up her hands as if to make a declaration of great import. As part of the night's entertainment, we offer you a chance to aid us in the spinning of a grand tale, the legend of Lady Vajja and the Warlord. Everyone bursts into cheers, but she waves her hand urgently, bringing their exultation down to a low series of murmurs. I have heard tell, on this night, we are graced with friends of our beloved. Is that so? The crowd parts if by magic, clearing a line of sight between all three of you and the minstrel. Travelers, she flashes a smile to you all that's equal parts warm and playful. Travelers, we have told the legend many times at the Pegasus and seen the same would-be storytellers time and time again. Tonight, would you grace us with something new? All eyes turn to each of you. The air crackles with anticipation.
I just take a step to the side and stare at the other two.
Dolphin's mouth is completely full of food.
All right, so this is an invitation to participate in a widely known storytelling game that is common across Volcana. Usually the professional entertainers retell various legends from the Chaos Wars, but then leave a space for members of the audience to insert themselves in the tale and spin events in a relatable contemporary way. This particular version of the legend is the legend of Lady Vajja. Requires participants to boast about their achievements in the most grandiose way possible. The audience judges the best tale with a vote of applause. You may all participate or as a group or individually.
Guys, I've been drinking chili powder and I have a communication of 0.
I'm not. Dolphin's not particularly personable. I don't know. Has anyone got a story?
I think I'll go.
All right.
Thanks for saving us.
So, with you actually pushing yourself forward, Farah begins. The event begins on a current low of drum beats and flutes on the minstrel's stand, and one of the minstrels stands with her arms crossed, playing the part of the warlord. Farah enters from stage right, approaches the man, and gives him a deep bow. My lord, she intones, we bid you join us in the most worthy of aims, the destruction of the prophet Dwarwan, whose evil has blanketed the world in terror. As demanded by the ritual, the crowd boos and jeers at the mention of the prophet's name. The warlord frowns, shaking his head. The prophet wreaks no havoc on my lands, and she has survived the weight of all nations pressed at her door. What makes you believe that you will triumph against her, when all others have failed? Farah gives a look of mock surprise. Do you not know me, my lord? I am the Lady Vajja, the only being fit to wield the Fellhammer, anointed heir of the crown of Zatara. She paces a circle around him as she speaks. It was I who presented the siege of Lochlorn Woods. It was I who returned the scrolls of portent to the temples of the Golden Serpent and prevented untold calamity. The crowd hollers their support. She waits for them to quiet down. And, she says, I am but one of many companions whose legends speak as boldly as mine. I shall present them, and you shall be the judge. She sweeps her hand out, inviting Messel to continue. My first companion, come forward and tell the warlord of your brightest deeds.
Well, as you might as well know from this clothing I'm wearing, I am a very well-esteemed artist who have sold many artworks and inspired warriors and people all over the world. I can convince an aristocrat into buying a stone. I can create a painting that can make the poor weep. What can you do?
And the warlord nods. I have led armies across lands great and small. I have conquered city-states that no other will be able to ever pronounce. I have crushed their men and seen their women flee before me. What do you as an artist provide then? Ooh, very nice.
I provide the soul and the true nature of honesty in my work, and by doing this, I can convince people who would never rise up to anything to take charge of their own freedom and their own lives. And through my work, anyone can be a hero.
Okay, so you've managed to pass the DC check. You've also got 3 stunt points that you can use, and you have the ability to use them to sway the crowd. Your interpersonal efforts are so effective that they spill over onto others in the area. You may use the stunt multiple times on the same roll. However, if the test gives rise to the stunt, or you can put the entire crowd into stunned silence. You are so impressive in your description that you leave all those who witness your display completely dumbfounded and unable to speak for at least a full round.
I think I'll choose to sway the crowd.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So yeah, you do that, and everybody just starts to cheer out. So, very well. If anyone can prevail against the prophet, it must certainly be you and your compatriots. I shall join my might with yours, Lady Vajja. They bow to each other, and the tavern erupts in cheers. You have swayed the warlord. So, and just as everybody's about to start pushing beers into your hands for this, in the doorway, there stands a metal keg, much like the ones behind the bar, but with an important difference. This one has mechanical arms and legs and a stumpy head and is clearly an animate being. So, anybody with intelligence engineering focus want to take a look at this guy?
I don't have that focus. I just shout out, "It's son of grandson, run!" I mean, I have high intelligence. I just don't have any focuses in it.
I was going to say, you going to scout this one for parts 2?
I think he's here for revenge.
One of the patrons shouts out, "It's Keggy!" This robot seems to be in bad shape. Their steam looks to be pouring from its power plant. Electricity traces its circuits when it bumps into things or tries to move. Everyone at the Pegasus knows Keggy, and they come up to him and they treat him like as if it was another injured person who would come up to the door, and they try to help him. Keggy stands slowly. The White Hawk bandit gang has blocked the road that Gerlach's caravan was on at a place called Durland's Pass and attacked. Gerlach and the caravan guards are currently locked in a pitched battle with the bandits. I barely managed to escape with my life intact, determined to find help. Even worse, the bandits seem to not even know the value of what they're attacking. They're heedless of the damage they're doing to the caravan, and they might have damaged it beyond the ability to fix it if things are going any much worse. The beer and the beer baron need help. Will anyone come to his aid?
You know, guys, I think we're going to want to hitch a ride with that guy to the next stop. I think that's so this might get us out of having to pay for the taxi service.
Maybe it will get us also free beer.
That too. I will save the beer. Baron, King, Highness. To the beer.
Yes, let's beer over there soon.
Giggy, which way?
Okay, he points. He's about 5 miles back that way. You'll know because the flights of the blasters flashing. I'm gonna come with you. He stands. Parts fall from his arms. I may be a keg, but I can do a lot.
You can leave a trail of parts at this rate.
The beer baron needs help.
Can I actually see if I can at least patch up his arm so it doesn't fall off?
You can give me a cunning engineering test.
I don't have that.
You can do a cunning test.
I mean, I have intelligence. I don't see cunning.
Yeah, let's do it as an intelligence test.
Okay.
You actually can do it. You patch him up.
Okay. And I just climb on. Onward!
Okay, he
Wait, you're
looks
riding
around.
him?
He's a giant beer keg robot. Wouldn't you want to?
It's all
That's-
about
that's-
first impressions.
That was Tane right next to you, the proprietor's husband. There are several people that line up to go with you guys as well. All of them stacked warriors.
Onward! So I get out my blaster rifle.
Are you actively riding Keggy?
Yes. I am going to
Keggy
ride
starts-
my mighty steed into battle.
Keggy starts running, and everybody starts following behind him.
Little legs can't keep up.
Dolphin with his short, stubby legs follows afterwards as they leave. But he quickly returns, grabs a plate, throws some more vegetables on it, and then runs out again.
Messel's also trailing behind.
I'm just thinking, okay, the coolness factor outweighs the fact that I am running into a fight. I am riding a beer keg into battle.
All right. Gerlach's Caravan is a magical artifact in and of its own right, a relic from the height of a civilization past. Several large interconnected power plants levitate 6 interlinked platforms off the ground, all connected to a raised platform at the front of the front for the driver and a passenger. Whoever is seated in the driver's seat moves the caravan with their thoughts, willing it to speed up or slow down in response to what they see ahead. It can move at around the same speed as an ox-drawn wagon, but suffers no penalties due to rough terrain. The platforms themselves contain climate-controlled compartments of various sizes, allowing them to be used as transport for foodstuffs, livestock, and even passengers. Gerlach has since modified it to keep all of his beers at exactly the correct temperature as proof against spoilage and to ensure that they can be consumed immediately upon delivery. This is a giant beer truck. This is every frat boy's favorite vehicle. And it is circled around like an old caravan. In the pioneering days, several people stand atop it, firing out across into a crowd of bandits dressed in armor that has filigree of feathers and paints and symbols of whatever gods of chaos you could look at.
Well, I'm just going to be, as Kagi runs into battle, I'm just going to be, propping my my carbine up so that I can start blasting as soon as I'm in range.
All right.
Because I have to continue looking like I know what I'm doing. My people need me.
Okay, let's go into initiatives.
What do we roll for initiative? Because I don't have that on a sheet.
Let me check.
We were doing so well. We got through an hour and a half before we actually had to ask a mechanical question. Considering I haven't played this system before, that's pretty good.
Do I take a penalty because I'm out of breath while he's riding on a giant robot?
Yeah, same.
Nope, not really. Yeah, Keggy starts pouring out stuff that you guys need in order to keep you going. Tastes really good. Don't ask what's actually in it, though.
That's kind of creepy.
That's horrid.
Hey, drink from my spigot.
You'll need the sustenance to continue.
See, this is where I should have actually figured out where the combat section was. That way I could just put myself over to it.
I'm trying to do a search on my end too. It might also help if I can remember how to properly spell initiative.
INITIATIVE.
I got it. Let's see. Okay, it's a dexterity initiative test. So, for those of us who didn't take the initiative focus, we just rolled dexterity.
Yep.
Okie dokie.
God, you guys are huge. 5. That's what she said.
I was going to leave that one alone, but
Hey, I offered to play an underpowered character when we started up.
hey, we're just getting really good rolls. I'm also getting my combat stunts pulled up so that way I will be ready for it.
Yeah, how does stunt points work again? Is it just any double or?
Yeah, anytime you roll a double, the number highlighted in blue, that's your number of stunt points.
Okay.
So, for example, you have 3 stunt points on your initiative roll, but I don't really think that applies to initiative. Unless, our voice of arbitration decides that you get to go 3 times faster.
Let me just figure out everybody's initiative.
Yeah.
Well, how do you bring up the initiative thingy?
I don't know for this one because I assume that there's still an initiative tracker, but I've never used it, so.
How do you bring up the initiative tracker normally?
Well, that's what I don't know. I've never used it. I just write you guys down on a scratch sheet of paper because I don't roll my NPCs on the system.
All right, let me just bring up a Word document then.
Okay. Yeah, I'm big on scratch paper. Like I've got all this. This is just like past scripts that I printed off for some gig, and now I'm keeping it for scratch paper. And that's how I keep my notes when I run things. Is it efficient? Nope. Is it cheap? Yep. Well, I guess it is easier because I just write things down with a pen and mark them out.
Sorry, this is going to take me a little bit to to get through, but let's see, Bandit 1,
Oh,
11.
no, it's fine.
Yeah, don't worry.
You can combine your bandits into a group, rather than having like 4 or 6 of them. Do them in like pairs of 2s.
And it's like real chess.
There's only there's only 3 that really matter, but
Okay.
yeah. All right, so Arrow, yours is 5, 11, 14. Dolphin, you are 3, 6, 7, 9. Messel, you're 13. And Keggy is 14.
See, our rolls looked really good until I saw what they rolled, and I was like, "Oh, wow, we're neck and neck with them."
All right, so the way that it goes is Bandit number 2 at 15. Then it goes Arrow and Keggy, and then Messel, and then Bandit 1, and then Bandit 3, and then Dolphin.
Stubby legs.
Well, there's always an advantage to a long beard. All right, let me just bring up the bandits stuff. All right. Now that... There we go. All right. So the first bandit goes through and takes a pot shot at Keggy. This is where I need to figure out how to make attacks.
Roll 3d6, and I guess add whatever the proper proficiency. Accuracy if it's a blaster.
Yeah, 2 shots ring out and hit the caravan as well. And yeah, let's see here. So that is a attack. Attacks 34, 35. You start by picking a target to make a melee attack. Information about weapon ranges. You make an attack roll. This is an ability test based on the weapon group and the weapon you are using. Fighting heavy blades. It's modified by a focus if applicable in any other relevant manner. It is a basic ability test. Your target number is your opponent's defense. So, this is going to be interesting. He does hit Geggy.
My mighty steed.
Keggy takes 2 points of damage. Oh no, wait. Attack damage 1d6 plus 3. Four points of damage. That 2 points of which get 3 points of which get sucked up into Keggy's armor. Now it is on to Arrow. Your go.
Okay. I am going to use my rifle and I'm going to shoot at the guy who just shot my steed. Let's see. 14.
Yeah, that hits.
Okay. And the damage there is 9 points of damage.
Okay, so he's got an armor rating of 3, so that knocks off 3 points, so he takes 6.
Good.
Yeah, he's not looking good. Next up is Keggy.
Keggy smash.
Yeah, Keggy just pretty much blasts at him with a charge out of his chest.
When you say a charge out of his chest, do you mean like an energy bolt or just like a spigot of beer just shoots out and just knocks him over?
An energy bolt that looks like a spigot of beer.
I thought he was just going to run up and do a massive chest bump myself.
No, you're too far away from that. But yeah, that large bolt just comes out and hits, and it hits hard. And that guy's dead now.
Woohoo.
He be squishy. Next up is Messel.
Okay. I suppose I'll shoot my blaster pistol at Henry. You said Bandit 1 and 2 and 3. And we killed 2?
We killed Bandit 2, yes.
Okay. I'll aim at Bandit, I'll say 3 just for the hell of it. I don't know if this will work. Yikes.
Ooh, nice. Get bonus.
9, 11. It doesn't hit, though.
Does
So flashy shot.
Oh, wait, you've got stunt points.
so
Does
with
that
that
help?
you can get a dual strike or seize the initiative, and you can move to the top of the initiative order.
I don't want to do that. No.
I mean, there's other things you can do. That's what 4 points would get you.
Okay.
There's also setup. You can create an opening that an ally can exploit. Pick an ally on their next turn. They get a +2 to their ability test of choice. Or you can make a second attack right now with lightning attack.
The idea of making an opening for an ally is tempting, but I think I'll probably go for a second attack.
Okay.
If that's okay? Am I permitted to do that?
Yeah, that's fine.
Sorry if I'm asking too many questions.
I think we're all figuring things out as we go. That's a pretty
really-
good roll.
Yeah, that hits. That one actually does hit. So you also get 2 stunt points on that.
I don't know what that means, but okay.
Okay, here's a quick rundown for what you can do with 2 points. Knock them prone, defensive stance, you can get a bonus to your defense. You can deal extra 1d6 damage, or you can you can knock down pierce their armor, which would take their armor down by half for this round. Personally, I might go with the 1d6 extra damage.
Yeah, I think that's probably a good idea.
That's just keeping it simple while we're figuring out what we're doing.
Good idea. So I'll roll damage and then an extra 1d6, or do I just do the roll?
Roll your damage and then an extra 1d6 from the dice roller.
Okay.
Ooh, 7
What a
points.
difference.
So he takes 4 points of that, and he's not looking too good.
No.
Well, I'm going to say he was probably kind of ugly to start with, so
So yeah, this bandit number 1 takes a pot shot at Arrow.
My defense is 17.
Yeah, so it doesn't hit. Bandit number 3 takes a pot shot at Messel.
Oh.
I take it that misses horribly.
Yeah.
Yeah, so something about just how you shot him. He can't lean over to the right just enough to hit you, so he's just like, fuck. So that now leads into Dauphin.
Which bandit is the closest?
That would be bandit number 3.
Seems like an overkill on bandit number 3, though, but alright.
There's no such thing.
Alright. I am going to cast a spell. I am going to cast a Jolt on bandit number 3. So Dauphin raises up his mighty rune-imbued hammer, and lightning pours from it. And did that roll? What? No, it didn't roll. What? Syntax error.
Okay, I think that means that something has been entered right in its system, but I don't know what that would be.
All right, so casting is 3d6 plus intelligence plus arcana focus.
All right, so I just have to manually input this roll then?
Yeah, sounds like it.
All right, so rolling 3d6. What was the rest of it?
Plus intelligence plus your arcana focus.
Okay. I don't think I have an arcana focus, so I guess it's just
your intelligence.
Yep. So plus 2.
And you get a stunt point on that if it hits. I'm pulling up the spell stunts real quick just to help out. At one point,
I know I already have them. I'm good.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, but it has to hit first.
Yeah.
All right, the target, you jolt one visible character within 10 hours. You the target. So how does it work in? Nope, the target. You're below the target number of 11. So it crackles and.
Oh, sorry. Never mind.
It crackles and fizzles. It's in order for you to cast it, you have to hit the target number on the spell, and then
right. No, I was confused because they have a target number, which is the exact same number. So no,
yeah, they have a defense of 12. This is one of the weird things. Magic can bypass defense, but there's tests that the person has to make against it. So if you hit the target number, You do automatically 2 penetrating damage, and they must succeed in a Constitution stamina test versus your spell power, or become stunned. So yeah, you don't hit him, but he pretty much looks at you and he's like, "Oh shit," and he mumbles out, "They've got a finger twiddler."
Dolphin just goes, what was that? And he just takes the hammer and just shakes it in front of him.
All right, with that, it brings us up to Arrow.
Okay.
No, not yet.
No.
Yeah, it does. It brings us up to Arrow. Yeah, because Bandit number 2 is dead.
Okay. And I am absolutely calling you finger twiddler from now on. But I will
Gosh, damn
blast
it.
at the weekend guy, number 3. Ooh, and it's 12, 14, 17.
Yep,
All right.
that hits.
Okay, damage is going to be 8, and I'll start checking on what I can do with 2 stunt points.
You can disarm. You can pierce his armor.
Let's go with will the 8 kill him, or do I need to add on to that?
That will, because he's got armor of 3. That will kill him
Okay.
because it's still 5 hitting.
Okay, because I was going to see what I could do. All right, in that case, I will take a defensive stance, which will give me a +2 on my defense until the beginning of my next turn. So basically, I take the shot, and then I jump back with one hand hanging on to Keggy as I kind of lean back so that I'm harder to hit.
Keggy takes a shot at number 1. And it misses.
I'm pulling Keggy's weight off balance. Like, you're going to have to do better than that. I'm not getting shot for this.
Don't worry about it. I will take him out on the next one. And that brings it to Messel.
Who's left? Just Bandit number 1.
Yep.
That was easy.
I think I'll shoot him too. It worked well for me last time. Not really, but yeah.
That's pretty good, though.
Yeah, roll your damage.
Okay.
He just kind of looks at you and shakes his head and makes a tutting sound.
Yes, but not enough force.
Yeah.
It bounced off him.
Yeah, it pretty much. You can actually see the lightning bolt just kind of. You can actually see the laser bolt just kind of hit his armor and then go flying, ricocheting off.
Leaving a nice shine.
Messel, what's your defense?
14 exactly.
Ouch.
No.
Uh, 6 minus your armor if you have any.
Oh, okay. Yikes. That would be free.
So you take only 3 points of damage.
Okay.
All right. And that brings it back to Dolphin.
All right. Well, after shaking his family's ancient heirloom hammer like it's a shake weight, Dolphin raises it to the heavens again and calls upon the arcane energies within the hammer to smite his enemy. The last bandit, I'm assuming.
Yep. All right. That hits. So, yeah. Spell type is an attack. Major action. Target number 11. Okay. casting spells. Do. So the spell power is 10 plus your willpower mod plus your arcana focus.
Spell power is 13.
So he needs to make a constitution check. This is going to hurt. Yeah, he takes that. And he is stunned. So, yeah, he's not looking good. Well, because he's completely frozen now. You just see him sort of like trying to take aim, and then as soon as your lightning bolt hits him, he just freezes in place and starts like juddering, like as if he's just going through a seizure.
That'll learn him.
So that brings us back up to Arrow.
Okay, I'm gonna shoot at the frozen guy. Say, good job, finger twiddler. We will not talk about that. I'm trying to get back on my seat and I just miss.
Way to go, Butterfingers.
And I'm back into the defensive stance. This looks really cool, but it's crap for shooting.
Okay, he takes his shot. And he hits. It doesn't exactly hit hard, but this guy does get sort of ow.
That minorly inconvenienced me.
Messel.
I'll shoot again. Poor dude.
Damn.
Ouch.
5 stunt points. You can do a lethal blow, giving yourself an extra 2d6 on your attack.
I mean, with the damage that the person already has, I don't know if that's really worth it.
It would be, because this guy's the leader.
Oh, okay.
And
Yeah,
also,
why
if he's
not?
the last one.
Yeah, might as well. Yeah, I'll probably need that. 2d6.
Yes.
Oh yeah, that's what it says.
Whoa. Okay, that's pretty good.
Yikes.
Well, he's still standing, but there is now a giant hole in his shoulder, and he's just clutching onto his rifle with his one good arm, going, "I will take you out."
Arrow's just
it's
kind of
only a
hanging on
flesh
like,
wound.
holy crap. Kaggy,
Yeah,
we got to up our game.
Yeah, he can't fire, so he's just pretty much like walking towards you, just waving the gun at you threateningly. Dauphin, your turn. He can't take a major action.
You know what? I want to run up and hit him with my hammer.
Go for it.
All right. Is he like on the caravan, or is he on the ground, or where?
He's on the ground. He's on the ground, and everybody just seems to be like watching this now, as their leader's taking a giant hole in his shoulder, and you're coming up to potentially bash his brains in.
All right, it's hammer time.
Oh.
Can't touch this.
Yep, definitely hammer time. I, in fact, cannot touch that.
Oh.
And it goes right up to Eros again.
who is still laughing at this.
Hold on. I want to hear how badly I fail this thing. What occurs?
It's trips 1, dude.
Yeah. How badly?
You come up, and as you're swinging right at him, you just stumble, and it doesn't even come within a yard of him. This guy's just staring at you, and he's like, "You could have hit a football field and still missed me. You could have come up, pitched this thing across the football field, and not even still been anywhere near close." I
just feel bad.
Yeah, there are Cowboys field goal kickers that are looking at that going, "That was a bad play, man." All right, so we come up to Eros again.
Your aim is bad, and you should feel bad. Now I'm going to try to take my shot. Let's see.
Not close. It is closer, but yeah, still no cigar.
You know, I'm starting to think maybe this defensive stance wasn't really working for me.
Yeah, Keggy hits him though. Did I do good, boss? The shot actually hits the guy, and he just kind of stumbles back. But yeah, he's still up. Messel, it's your turn.
Oh my. I'll take aim again. I'm not going to trip like a dolphin over there.
Never say never.
Oh no.
No, that doesn't hit. He starts making, but you can hear a definite choking sound coming from the leader.
Hey, people who can't raise their weapon don't get to laugh at us.
Yeah, he can raise his weapon now, and he fires for 12
Oh crap!
at Dolphin.
Yeah,
Dolphin.
who's the most pitiful right now?
Does it hit?
That's versus my speed or
Your
defense.
defense.
defense. Does it have to beat it because you equaled it?
It has to equal or be better.
Well, I got hit.
Fires at you for 4. Now, if you've got armor on, that does get reduced.
Where is my stuff at?
I could jump into your character sheet real fast and see.
I mean, feel free if you want to.
You have no armor.
Okay, well that answers that question.
Ouch.
Oh, it's a stat. Okay, I was actually looking for like the item armor.
Yeah, every piece of armor has like your defense value, and then it comes with some of it comes with an armor bonus.
All right, 4 damage.
All right. Dolphin, it's now your turn. And he's hit you.
Well, now Dolphin's just upset. So in a blatant dwarven rage, Dolphin is going to throw his hammer.
Let's see this.
So what do I roll for that?
Just roll a standard attack.
All right. You won't be laughing after this.
Oh god, it hits.
Crap.
It's got 5 stunt points.
Yeah, and those are going to be spent on that laughing, just because he's a laughing jerk. We're going to make that a lethal blow.
Yeah. So roll your damage on that, and then add on the 2d6 as well.
Don't laugh at Dolphin. He'll take your head off.
Yeah, that smacks his head and it rips off with the hammer.
Cal, I can't hear you.
Yeah, your mic went out.
You just see,
Oh, there it is.
You just see the hammer hit right in the middle of his forehead, and then as his chin tilts up, his neck just rips itself apart, and it goes flying with the hammer spinning, and then it gets smashed into the ground. The full weight of the hammerhead cracking open his skull, splattering the brain matter across the caravan.
So, it's not so much an arcane focus as it is a throwing weapon. You've been using it wrong this whole time.
Dolphin is going to walk over, and he's going to spit on this guy and get his hammer back.
There's a good 3 yards between where his body has fallen and where your hammer took his head. So yeah, you spit on the body as you walk by. You pick up the hammer. The head slowly slides off the hammerhead and falls to the ground with a loud chunk. And then the bandits just turn and start running. They're not even gonna mess with this. After they do so, this gentlemanly, warm-voiced man comes up and goes, "You saved my caravan. I think this deserves a party."
Oh gosh, not another one.
The beer's free. So with that,
wait! The beer, is this the beer baron?
Yes, this is the beer baron.
So what, he hauled butt after us all the way out here?
It's his caravan. He was coming up to the Pegasus Inn. You guys pretty much saved his caravan, so we walked right up to you and just went, "The party's on me."
No, are we back at the Pegasus, or are we out with the caravan?
You're still out at the caravan, so he's walked up to you personally and just said,
"Okay,
yeah." Whatever you guys want, I'm paying for it.
That is an effortless offer that I don't know if I could say no to.
That's an offer that should have been better worded. So let's think about this."
Well, just so long as you're not asking for my brown eye.
I don't know how to respond to that, so let's just...
Put all the beer that you can drink wherever you want to go and whatever you need for while you're on that trip. I'll pay for it. We might need to stop off towards my home, though, on the way back out. But yeah, you guys now have the beer baron. And with that, I think we can close for the night.
Cool.
Oh, that's nice. Thank you.
Yep. I gotta clean my hammer.
Yeah, you don't use the cheap beer for that.
Oh no! Don't worry, I got this covered. I got bleach.
I forgot about that. Okay.
I knew it would come in handy. That's why I took it.
That is true.
I will make sure to bring it up constantly. I will solve half this campaign's problems with bleach.
That's how I plan on doing it. We're going to keep making mustard gas and cleaning things. All right. Oh, guys, before we sign off here, I do want to say that we will be next week. We're running my game, The Expendable Crew, right here on the same channel. If anybody else has anything they want to promote before we sign off. Okay, just thought I'd double check. I should have asked that before we started playing. Okay, well in that case, guys, I hope everybody enjoyed. I do look forward to when we come back in a couple of weeks to find out about Dolphin and his gallons of bleach. Oh, and the rest of us.
Yes, and in the meantime, you guys can level up to level 2.
Woo!
Woo! Take a couple of feats in throwing.
All right, well, guys, we will see you next time.